So, Corey, how's the back treating you over there?
I mean, I might as well be in first class back here. No complaints.
Did you know this has a Sport Plus mode?
Why? Oh, God. Ah! What are you doing? Oh, my gosh. What is that? Oh!
All right, let's get straight to it. So, Sport Plus,
Oh, why?
although
Whew.
she is not lacking in power,
No.
is sloppy. I'm gonna call it sloppy. So let's just go back to comfort mode. That's really what this one
Please.
is made for. Yeah, turn on all your. It's a little hot back there. The
I'm going
sun's
to put
out.
all my shades up, too.
Yeah, Sport Plus. So it lowers the car, but it can't be more than an inch. It's not enough to make a difference. It's still heavy. The all-wheel drive system helps pull you around a little bit, but it's still heavy. It's got Pirelli P0s, which is a performance touring tire, so it's quiet, long life, but a little bit sticky. But it's still heavy. It's just a big, heavy sedan.
Hey, when you're riding in the back of this, that's what you want. You want a cloud-like ride.
This entire car is luxury oriented. Yes, it's got an excellent 4-liter bi-turbo V8. It's an incredible power plant. They've really muffled it down, but you can still hear the grunt and you can definitely feel it, but it's not jolting you. It's rolling you in and out of the power and in and out of the gears. It's a very soft experience, although it is deceptively quick when you need it to be. Up front, we have an absolute sea of piano black in this one. There are different trims and different interiors, but this one's piano black with this like pinstriping. To be straightforward with you, it reminds me 100%, immediately reminds me of some sexy lingerie.
I would have gone into a mob boss and their pinstripe suit, but you know, teach their own.
Mob bosses love lingerie. It's got quilted leather front and back. Almost everything the front gets, the rear gets, or at least is available to get if you were to trim up to the executive trim. Corey, talk to us about the back seats.
Yeah, let's talk about that because we have the AMG line version here, which is really more of an athletic appearance package than anything else. The trim above this is the executive package, which would allow me to lounge in style back here. And it would allow me to get the massage that you're probably getting up there in the front seat. So this lacks a little in backseat opulence because this really isn't the chauffeur's trim of the vehicle. This is really more meant to be the driver's trim. And for that, I lost a little in the situation back here.
I'm doing just fine up here, and it feels like I've got at least 3 fluffy kittens making bread on my back right now.
Yeah, I'm envious because while these seats are very comfortable and I've got leg room for days, I do feel like I'm in a private airplane, especially with my shades up. It's cocoon dark back here, and I can turn on lights, I can open sunshades if I want. I've got control of not only my window, but the passenger window over there.
The way that they trim this up and down, it's almost confusing unless you're a connoisseur of the S-Class Mercedes Benz. You have different levels that are more associated with the power plants, and then you have option packs on that, and then you have additional options inside of those that you can stack on top of it. It's almost like this infinite game of one-uppery when you're out at the country club swinging your golf clubs around.
What's on your S-Class?
Mine has the massaging back seats.
Oh, but do you have four-wheel steering, sir?
4-wheel steering. That is surprising the first time you use it and you're like, oh man, there's no way I'm gonna make this corner, and then it just swings on around. It's actually odd when you're looking out of your side view or rear view mirror and see the trees behind you moving at a slightly quicker pace than they otherwise would be. But for $1,300, if you're already getting into an S-Class, get it, treat yourself.
It does shrink the car. So what they do is at low speeds, it'll turn up to 4.5 degrees in the opposite direction of those front wheels.
And 4.5 degrees doesn't seem like much until it's at the back axle and the front is at full wheel lock, and it feels like you are just pivoting around a much more centralized pivot location versus that rear axle being your pivot point.
And then at high speeds, they actually turn in the same direction, and you kind of crab walk from lane to lane as you change lanes.
Let's check that out. Oh yes, definitely very crabby, Corey. And that does lean into the comfort of this, because now instead of you taking the nose into a lane and then the tail follows you, which we're all used to, when you make a lane change in this, it more eases you into the lane luxuriously.
Again, talking about the opulence of this vehicle, you have that climate menu right there on the screen. You push that, and we have multiple different things with air quality in this one. So hit that button on the top. The air quality, there's actually an air ionization that cleans and purifies the air in this one. And if you're bougie enough, you can buy fragrances to be pumped in here too. Like, I think we have number 86, Cotton Mood.
Oh, yes.
Bamboo Mood back.
Bamboo Mood. Nothing puts me in the mood more than bamboo. Initially, I didn't like how large the screen is. I'm not a big tablet screen kind of a guy, but they've got it laid out in a really good manner. Your HVAC controls stay there all the time, and then your primary portion of the display rolls you through all the different things that you want to change, and there's a lot to be changed in here, from ambient lighting on the top and the bottom, and I mean customizable ambient lighting. You can even have it changing through colors instead of static. You can decide what level. There's 3 fragrance levels in here. A little bit of bamboo mood, or a lot of bamboo mood, or just right in the middle. Your massage options are in here. You've got your 360 view camera and the safety suite that's involved in this. So we have 2 sunroofs here. The front one's a little bit larger than the rear sunroof.
I do have control over mine though.
We have separate controls over the sunroof, so he can decide if his is open or closed, just like I can control mine. And his, I don't know, sunshades?
Yes.
Peasant blockers. The peasant block, he's got a dual zone peasant blocker.
And this one behind me, one of my favorite tricks of this vehicle, when you put it in reverse, the shade behind me drops, and if you did have the audio turned up, it would turn it down so you could see better.
There's truthfully gonna be a lot more in this car than we're gonna cover in this video. There's just options for days, and there's such a wide variety of ways that you can trim this vehicle up and down. We could tell you everything about this one, and then you go to your dealership in your hometown, and it could be a very different interior that you're getting.
Yeah, you even have the optional 3D gauge cluster up there.
I don't know if I like it, Corey. Like, I like looking at it, but then this is all I do.
Yeah.
I just bob my head around.
Whatever you do, do not put it on the digital map up there. That gets very trippy very quickly.
How do I switch it?
Oh, it's making me sick back here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
This is like a real 3D. There are definitely layers, and it's tracking my eyeballs, and it's projecting a different image for each eye to let me really see in 3D here. But we've also got a G-force meter, and on our center screen here, if you put it in sport mode, everything turns red to match, but we can see our torque, our horsepower, our turbo PSI. Of course, on your gauge cluster, you have your RPM readout. So you do have a lot of sport features for a car that's not sporty, but it's cool. It's a S-Class. If they can put it in here, they're gonna put it in here. And that's completely fine. If you're paying this much for a car, do the kitchen sink treatment. Give me everything. Give me everything. Fuel consumption.
She's thirsty.
Many
All of it.
Many fuels have been consumed, and we will continue to do so. It's not a sloppy car, but it's not low and tight either. You're gonna get a little bit of sponge action, and that's exactly what this car is designed for. It's designed for comfort. Cross-drilled rotors, because if you put a Sport Plus mode in a vehicle, people are going to use it, and this thing is heavy. And so that will help it dissipate heat. And it says AMG on the calipers, so they gotta be good.
The brands aren't watering down their sport lines at all.
Absolutely not. I really do love the way this thing swells into power. Oh, it'll let you brake boost it.
Yeah. Gut punch.
Oh man, this is cool. A little brake boost in the S-Class. Squatted the tail back. For Corey's spine,
Thank you.
let's put it back in comfort. We also have an economy mode. I'm not going to use that. We're going to go comfort. Yeah, we can afford the fuel. I don't really care about the ozone. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. This isn't the 80s, right? I don't need an economy mode. I need an excellent vehicle. And that's what we're in. How do I do deep workout? Yeah. Oh. Whoa. It does a little something to your cheeks when you put the massagers on.
It's giving you a deep workout.
Yeah, no, I selected deep workout. It's deep. This is aggressive. It ain't playing. I'm starting to get sweaty.
After coming down from the high of that surprisingly thorough massage, I had a moment to reflect on what this vehicle truly is. It is the embodiment of what a modern Grand Tourer should be. A powerful but smooth drivetrain, a compliant but responsive steering input, and possibly most importantly, an interior that you actually enjoy sitting in and engaging with. And with 4 doors, Mercedes also ensured that the second row passengers get to enjoy that experience as well, with a splash of over-the-top German charisma and engineering. This car seemingly is not intended for the impulse buyer. This is a connoisseur's car. Someone who wants a vehicle that they can spec out the way that they want it. Someone who knows what they want and have the money to get it.